G'day, good morning to you here on Instagram, good morning to you on Facebook. It is Friday the 22nd of November. Here we are, Emily Morgan. You're a rock star. You are first cab off the rank on Instagram. Good morning to you. G'day, Kate Ashton. Good morning to you, beautiful. Amy, Chelsea, and another who I can't see you've joined. G'day, welcome. Today is Friday. It is the 22nd of November. It is my privilege to hang out with you for the next few minutes just to be of service. This is what I do. If I haven't met you before, my name is Tanja. I'm a peak performance specialist for real estate and property professionals. Everything I do is designed to give you access to be happy and deeply fulfilled, realizing your potential in all areas of your life right now. Hey Greg, good morning to you. How was your holiday, my friend? Next week, next Friday, we get to play in the flesh doing a good morning to you already. How's your morning? How's your week been? Let's start by just having you type in what's one word to describe how you are right now. How are you in this moment right here, right now? No matter what it is, unless you're driving, write it in. So I feel, hey, Brendan, how are you, Commercial Collective? How is is it week 3 now? Let me know how you're doing, brother. I feel, how do I feel? I feel hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet. I feel really alive and really on purpose. Hey, Mel, I feel really grateful. And this is the first share I want to share. Motivated, awesome, good on you. Yeah, I feel the same. So Rapid Fire Friday is where I reflect on my top one-on-one coaching themes. G'day, Kelly, great to have you here for the week and just rapid fire some tips. Emily is joyful, good on you. Greg, how are you traveling this morning? And I just rapid fire some tips from the insights that I've got from my one-on-one coaching session. To have access to a one-on-one coach. You might not have the resources, but I don't want that to be the reason why you can't get results for yourself. Here's something I saw for myself. Inspired, good on you, Kelly, well done. I have felt a little stressed this week. I have a lot to do. You know that one. I have a lot to do. Actually feeling overwhelmed. Good morning, Lloyd. Great to have you here. I've asked everyone, how are you feeling? Amy's grateful. I feel awake and I'm looking forward to putting this week to bed, exclamation mark. Interesting. G'day, Fiona. Great to have you here too, my love. So a little share from me before I share, some of the week's insights. I noticed myself feeling overwhelmed, stressed, not anxious, but just irritable. You know, do you ever get like that? Good morning, Laura. Do you ever get like you feel like you've got too much to do, you're overwhelmed, you're stressed? Now, I have a lot on: separating, settlement, memorial of my father-in-law, building a new website. I am at maximum capacity with one-on-ones, because I actually have a lot less time. And so I've got to kind of change things around. Anyway, big week, stuff with kids, all that sort of stuff. Absolutely. Thank you, Amy. I'm not the only one. And Amy and everyone else, thanks, Kelly, you too. Here's what I noticed. I was more focused on what I've got to do and what I haven't done yet and stressed out about the to-do list. And I wasn't actually having what I preach and practice, mostly an attitude of gratitude for what I do have. The reason I don't have a lot of time now is because I have a lot more clients. That's a beautiful thing. The reason I was stretched and overwhelmed is because I got booked for numerous speaking gigs and booked for numerous training gigs this week, and I was under the pump doing proposals and responding to briefs. That's actually a good thing. But rather than stop and be grateful and go, wow, you know, if you're overwhelmed, it's just the universe giving you everything you asked for. Maybe it's just happening all at once, but it's a focusing on future is always stressful, isn't it? Hey, Carly. Hey, Jamie. Great to have you here. So I just noticed that I was feeling stressful. And I believe that if we're anxious or worried, we're not present. We're either thinking about stuff that's happened in the past, or we're worried about stuff that might happen in the future. It completely takes us out of our body and we are not present. G'day, Amanda. Great to have you here. Hey, Christine. So I had to have a little realignment check. Good morning, Michelle Photography. Beautiful shots of your event with the Queen of Confidence, and I can't remember the other lady's name this week. It looked beautiful. Great lighting too. Hey, the healthier curvy gal. So if you are feeling overwhelmed. Number one, maybe you've got a lot going on and maybe the universe is giving you everything you asked for just all at once. Maybe you're focused on your to-do list and what you haven't done yet. You need to take a moment just to stop and be grateful for what there is. I always wake up and have an attitude of gratitude and thank, my life for another day to be here and be a contribution. However, this week, I've just upped the ante of gratitude for everything, even dishes in the sink, because if I complain about dishes in the sink and people I feel like I got to clean up after, aren't I lucky that I've actually got people that I've got to clean up after, or clothes of little, they're not so little anymore, people that I got to wash, right? So an attitude of gratitude will alter and elevate your attitude. So if you're feeling stressed, worried, anxious, overwhelmed, what can you be grateful for? Even the big to-do list, and what can you chunk down? Thanks for being vulnerable about it, Tanja. Oh, Emily, you bet. Listen, I haven't arrived anywhere. Recently married. How beautiful. You look like a beautiful bride. We're just looking at having an attitude of gratitude can elevate our altitude. So a couple of rapid fire tips. Who agrees with that, by the way? Who has a daily practice of gratitude? And if so, what do you do? And who agrees that if you do have an attitude of gratitude, it elevates your altitude and life, even busy to-do lists, can actually be bearable? Kelly Smith, I have a gratitude journal that I try to fill in it every morning. Yeah, it's a great practice, definitely part of the Savers campaign. How about our friends on Facebook? By the way, if you're watching this live, type in live. If you're watching the record, type in record. Michelle says, my receipt's awful. I will catch the replay. Oh, your reception. Okay, Michelle, we'll see you on the other side. Have a beautiful day to yourself. Okay, so Greg, 100% Tanj, I need to remember that. Yes, we do. We really, really do. Sarah Conton, hey, great to have you here. Josh, everyone starts to burn out towards the end of the year and it only gets busy with Christmas. Josh, hey, listen, brother, I don't know why I'm getting sister, whatever, but I feel that way. Thank you for saying so. I actually want to just add in here, Josh, that's a really good reminder. We are entering the silly season. It's called the silly season for a reason. There's a bottleneck of energy, of shit we've got to get done, things we've got to wrap up, gifts we've got to buy. And there's this pressure cooker of energy in a really tight space of time, which puts a lot of pressure on us. So Josh, thank you for flagging that, my friend, because this is a really good reminder and invitation to stay present in the moment and don't get overwhelmed with all the extra commitments of time and parties and celebrations and wrapping ups and Christmas parties and all of that jazz. And then please don't put too much pressure on yourself to buy fancy presents that you can't afford. Do you know, sometimes it's just beautiful to have some handmade soap if you've got time to make soap, or something small. Just be present with people. Your presence is the gift, not stuff you can't afford and then credit you can't, afford to pay off. G'day, Mark. If I said that right, Mark Eddy, probably that's more like it. I wake up grateful for today. I will, reasons great was today I thought I'd go to bed. You can do it with an exercise book also. Yes, of course you can. Laura, absolutely favorite quote, trade your expectation for appreciation. The whole world changes. I feel like I want to sing, girl. Yes. Yes, change expectation to appreciation for what is coming to you and be grateful and say thank you. Thank you. You can say pause. Okay, that's a little bit for now. Just pause the button. But yes, absolutely. So be gentle with yourself. The energy, as Josh said, it gets a little crazy this time of year. Stay present, stay focused. Don't overpromise and under-deliver, and don't overcommit and stretch yourself too thin. I was doing a dance practice last night, and one of the final questions in our reflection time was, where do you give away your energy? And I realized for myself, one of the ways I give away my energy is I spread myself too thin. I dilute myself and I overcommit because I love to be of service and I love to help, and it's part of my DNA and my personality profile. But if I spread myself too thin, my reserves aren't full and I've got nothing in the tank to give. And if I don't have time to give to myself, to meditate, to take a bath, which I've been saying I'm going to do for months, I promise I've showered, all right? I just haven't bathed. We've got nothing in our tank to give, and that's when Snapdragon and Spitfire can take over. Yes, so hey, Erin, she's waving back. Now, I wanted to share with you a really great insight that I had. Getting kids off to school, back to watch later. Good on you, Laura. Thank you, my love. This week I had a take a bath. I know, this weekend for sure. this week, so I had a session with a principal who shared a story about how one of her leading agents lost a listing. The vendor just said that they weren't meeting their expectations. So we unpacked the lessons around this. Fortunately for the professionalism of the principal, they are now the leading agent. And we were just unpacking what the vendor's complaints were and comments were about the staff member. So lots of lessons for the staff member to learn. Number one, here's what I love about this principle. Hey, Corey, great to have you tuning in, my friend. Please let us know also on Facebook if you're watching live or if you're watching the record. First of all, kudos to the principal because they took absolute responsibility for 100% of the breakdown of the agent. Nothing major happened, just wasn't meeting the vendor's expectations. And we are, as I said, we unpacked a number of things, but here's one thing I was curious about. Knew what they were doing around social media because the vendor wanted a Facebook campaign and they wanted DL advertising. And the agent asked, when would you like to start the Facebook advertising and what would you like on the DL? The feedback from the vendor, who's a high-flying business person and is time poor and is hiring the agent to do the work, their response was, hey, Julianne, hey, Jamie, was like, you should know this, right? That's what we're hiring you for. And here's what it sparked in me. I asked the principal, I said, do you think that the agent was intimidated by the business people, vendors? And she said, you know, perhaps they were. And I said, okay, here's why. Often, and I see this often people get intimidated by highly educated people, highly successful people, and wealthy people. People that they see as more than them or more smarter than them, more authoritative than them. Does this make sense? Please give me a thumbs up if this makes sense. Maybe you felt like this before. Now, listen to me. If you are a listing selling agent, you are going to be walking into the homes of many different varied people from different demographics, socioeconomics, different backgrounds, different races, different religions. Thank you. I love looking beautiful. Helen, thank you. I'll take that. Mwah. So you're going to walk into the homes of a bunch of different people, and I believe that agents need to become masterful at really being a chameleon, not losing yourself, but meeting people where they are and being a chameleon of their energy. And if you at core are intimidated by success, wealth, power, an authoritative nature, directness, how are you going to effectively demonstrate and articulate that you are the agent of choice and you're the one that's going to articulate the highest value of their asset if you don't know yourself? Is this making sense? I have to, I'll have that top, please, she says. Yeah, I haven't worn this for a while. It's kind of cute, isn't it? Thanks, Helen. James, hey, James, how are you? Congratulations, by the way. I believe your daughter turned 18. What a beautiful photo I quickly saw this morning. Hey, Patton. So if you as an agent are uncomfortable by success, power, wealth, dominance, authoritarian nature, you are going to struggle dealing with vendors that are like that. And how this showed up with this particular agent was, or it could show up in two ways. If you are intimidated, if you are feeling insecure at a listing consultation or with a signed vendor, you will either avoid asking questions to cipher information, to reverse engineer strategies to add the greatest value, because you don't want to be seen as stupid and asking questions, which is critical to ask questions. Do you know how many people in meetings and they're too afraid of what people think of them? I can see it on people's face. If I say a word, not that I'm some thesaurus, but if I say a word and I know this word hasn't landed, I'll say, oh, by the, like, did you know what I mean? Like, or I'll be the first person in a meeting if someone says a word or a phrase or a statement, I don't know what it means. I'm like, what does that mean? We are so scared of looking stupid that we stop learning. Does this make sense? You're welcome, James. Does this make sense? I've just decided to be my complete, absolute self. Well, welcome, love. That's awesome. Go, Helen. But very good points. Yes. Okay, good. Yes. You must be yourself. You must be yourself. But if you are afraid to ask questions, to be curious, to get interested because you're worried about people thinking you're dumb, or you're worried about what people think of you, good luck trying to progress and forward and succeed in life. So if you're intimidated, you might be afraid to ask questions, and therefore you'll miss the opportunity to build and connect to what matters most to them. B, hi, the holistic home. Great to have you here again. B, if you are also intimidated, you may overcompensate by asking too many questions because you doubt yourself and your mastery and your wisdom. So you got to ask them everything, which is why this vendor got annoyed, because their agent was just asking questions that they should actually just be providing the directive on. So check in with yourself. If you're watching this and you're a listing selling agent and there are different people that you get intimidated by, is it success? Is it wealth? Is it power? Is it like dominance or authoritarian nature? Notice what happens to your physiology when you're in their presence. Notice if you feel insecure and you either shut down or you overcompensate. There's an opportunity for you to develop some skills to be able to own your value and read the play and just decipher what kind of personality they are. You really need to take the lead. And I do believe as an agent, you need to play humble, but there are times you need to take the lead when you've built rapport. Too many agents, ask for business when they haven't built rapport, and that's commission breath, as Tom Ferry would say, and that's when you are transactional. And then too many agents, when they build rapport, don't step into that place of the trusted advisor that needs to take the lead and really navigate the conversation where it needs to go, because that's what they're paying you for. They're paying you for your mastery and your expertise. Own thy knowledge. Yes, Christine, own thy knowledge. I think it says know thyself. Know thyself. Too many agents ask before they are prepared to give. Emily, you are 100 gazillion% correct. Lisa Novak, happy birthday recently, my gorgeous soul sister, and most innovative woman of the year, and great to have you join us. So Lisa, we're talking about, I don't know when you joined, as a principal too, my friends, for those that I know or that are watching that are principals, you must understand your agents. You must know their level of competency. I'm just not competent at speaking. You must know their level of competency at connecting and with their vendors, and whether they have a level of discomfort with success, wealth, power, dominance, whether they get intimidated and don't ask enough questions or ask too many questions because they're giving their mastery away. Good morning, Louise Shillings. How are you, divine healer? Lovely to have you here. So check in with yourself. I'm curious, please type in, have you ever felt insecure? Thanks, beautiful, says Lisa. Have you ever felt insecure? Have you ever felt intimidated? And what were the skills that you developed to be able to be with other people, stand in your value, stand in your purpose, and be able to contribute? All right. Here's a lesson I learned from a business mentor about 6 or 7 years ago. This was a comment, and I tell you, it's a game changer, and it can definitely be applied in real estate. In fact, it's a strategy I coach my clients on. A really successful business is like a little red caboose that is attaching to an express train or a freight train that's going somewhere quickly. Hey, who have we got here? FK Knight or F Knight. Fiona, how are you, beautiful? Yes, calm yourself down and breathe. Good advice, Amy. If you're feeling insecure, if you're feeling intimidated, bring your energy back into yourself. You are worthy, you are enough. Stop comparing yourself. Listen, they have blood like you. They go to the bathroom like you. Have a few more zeros than yours, but they're a human being like you. Maybe the difference is they've got more education in an area they don't, but maybe they suck in an area you're great at. It doesn't matter, people. We're all the same, right? We're all the same. We've got to stop comparing ourselves. I do it too. But you know what? You've got your own blueprint with the universe. You've got your own divine timing. You've got your own truth to live. And if you're looking over the fence, wondering how other people's gardens are manicured and yours is a hot mess of weeds, you got to take care of your business. Really, let's stop comparing ourselves to others and let's get on with being of service and changing people's lives. Emily, someone once said that they're just all humans with the same feelings as us. Yeah, it's true. It is absolutely true. Now, a successful business is a little red caboose that is attaching to an express train that's already going somewhere. And here's an example of that this week. A beautiful buyer's agent client of mine, we've been talking niche. I believe in niche. I believe in niching an inch wide and going a mile deep. Too many businesses are spray and pray and trying to be everything to everyone. I was one of those many moons ago. I was a peak performance coach for anyone with a heartbeat that could, spend some time and money on a coach. How could I get a direct message out there if I didn't have a niche? And as a vendor with a crap experience with real estate agents, I just thought, perhaps I can be of service in this niche. 4.5 years later, here we are, still contributing, still delivering, still inventing, with some great stuff coming out next year. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, this particular buyer's agent, we're looking at, what's a niche where they can absolutely dominate and become the key trusted person in that area. And I'm so excited because we found a niche this week, and I won't share it because, this is her domain. But what I will say is, as a service provider, you've got to stop focusing on the next listing, stop focusing on the commission you need, stop focusing on your bank balance, stop focusing on what's not on your plate, and lose yourself in service of your clients. Find problems that you can solve and have a strategic alliance with people that have a lot of people who have problems that you can solve, i.e., mortgage brokers, conveyancers, accountants, financial advisors, solicitors, family lawyers, people that are dealing with people who have money to spend on real estate or houses to sell. I'm going to be doing a lot of work on this next year. Those businesses that have solid strategic alliances with ideal clients, meaning people that have big databases of end users, meaning vendors, buyers, landlords, and tenants. You become a red caboose attached to the freight train or express train that's going somewhere. Watch what happens. Lead generation becomes automatic. A team that's going somewhere. This is still all relevant in my industry. Yes, you better believe it. It's relevant in any industry. Thank you, Christine, for your lovely comments of great work. So where can you attach your business and services onto a business that already has lots of your ideal end users? There is a difference between end user and ideal clients. What I learned years ago is end users for you in real estate, if you're in real estate watching this, are vendors, buyers, landlords, and tenants. Ideal clients are mortgage brokers, solicitors, conveyancers, financial advisors, accountants, or property developers. Those users on their database. How can you add value? Maybe you can record a video every week of current market updates or investor information or insights. Maybe you can work with your local mortgage broker to host an information session for upcoming investors and add value. Have a mortgage broker there, have a buyer's agent there, have a real estate agent there, have a property management company there. Add value, ask questions, provide a service, solve problems, make money in the process. If you look after people and help them, you won't need to prospect. Lisa Novak, you're right. What are you up to now? 38 successful sales on Facebook, record prices, record timing. Friends, if you want to know how to do business in 2019 and beyond, please go and follow Lisa Novak and have a look at what she's doing. And I've said this before when Lisa's jumped on the live. Here's what I love about Lisa. She looks hot consistently, right? But that's not what this is about. To get the script for the video right and take 1 take, 2 take, 10 takes and then get it perfect because she's worried about what people think of her. No, what is she doing? She's standing and producing phenomenal freaking results for the vendors that engage her, and she is just like delivering content, even to the point of standing at the property while the gardeners are zhuzhing the garden and the sold signs going up, and she's just walking around. But you know what I love? She speaks from the heart, and she's speaking passion. She's passionate about the products that she's selling. Listen, if you're asking permission to sell people's biggest asset, as I said before, you got to value yourself. If you don't value yourself, how are you ever going to attract the highest value for people's biggest asset? There's no congruency there. And two, if you're not excited about the properties you're selling, how the hell are you going to generate excitement and energy online, at open for inspections, or in the campaign? And this is another experience I had with a beautiful client who asked me to support him because he's been drinking too much. And the reason he's drinking too much is because he's numbing out. And the reason he's numbing out is because his why is not infused in his daily activity. And we did a coaching session to infuse his daily activity with his why and presence, what he's waking up for every day, with the reason that he exists. Hey, little creatures, great to have you here. Aranahata Gata, I don't know how to say that, but I love that you're here. Thanks for joining. Please let me know how to say your name. Lisa's laughing. Yes, it's true. Anna, she is the best. Lisa, you got a fangirl in Anna. So, you know, if you're drinking and using drugs and all of those sort of things, A, I have no judgment. B, have a look at why you might be doing that. C, maybe you've lost that loving feeling for yourself and you've lost your why. Maybe you're waking up and you're in Groundhog Day and you're putting the key in your business and you're opening the door and it's like, meh, nothing. People buy people, not products. People buy your energy. And if you don't have energy around what you're doing, and if you're not generous, and if you're not giving, and if you're not doing things with great heart, please don't expect to get anything back. Give, be generous, and trust it'll come. So we did some great work with this particular leading agent around getting focused on what he needs to do. Oh my God. Oh God, this is actually, I'm going to do a whole mindset mastery around this, but let me just give you a tip. Here's what we discovered. When I asked this agent where he's tracking in his figures, he was about 70% there. When I asked him about his prospecting activity, he was about 70% there, right? So he's only going to make 70% of his forecast for this financial year. When we broke down at a granular level what he's avoiding and what would be the difference between 7 to 10, here's one of the biggest things that he was avoiding. This was a great game changer session for him this week. He got to see that or calling, he would pretty much answer it straight away. But there was at least 10 emails that were coming through from buyer inquiries about, you know, stock. A, he hates email, so he's been avoiding the emails. B, his distinction for buyers that were in his email, and I'm going to swear, so if you don't like swearing, please, are fucking time wasters. Okay, that's what his distinction was. Fucking time wasters. So 10 emails a day of buyers that are interested in the stock that he's the leading agent on, and he's avoiding the emails, and his view of those emails, it's fucking, you know, time wasters. And when I reflected that to him this week, he was like, holy shit. I'm like, I know, holy shit. If your vendors had a video camera of you in your office, how do you think they'd feel about engaging you? Really, how do you think they'd feel about engaging you? So have a look. If there's anything in your business that you're avoiding, do you have a disempowered? This client was calling them, but what is your definition of the stuff you're avoiding? I promise you it's disempowered. I asked him, I said, is this propelling you to act and engage and call and sell or introduce these buyers to the properties? He's like, hell no. Good morning, Valerie. Great to have you here. Happy birthday again for yesterday, my love. Can we give it some birthday love for those that are on Facebook to Valerie Timms, a great operator in real estate too, someone I'm proud to coach. You know, like, if your definition is disempowered, do you think you're going to engage? And I said to him, if you change your definition to something more empowering, what would it be? He said, well, these are, you know, these could be future raving clients. I said, yeah. So if you change these fucking time wasters that you were calling to future raving fans and future clients, does that shift your energy to engage with them? He said yes. The dude just sold 2 properties yesterday because he got over himself and got in his email and got in touch with people and started negotiating. and he already had conversations going with buyers on the phone. But it was like we unlocked Pandora's box. We unlocked some of the key things that were sabotaging him from actually being successful. You're very welcome. Oh, Greg is saying happy birthday, lovely. So take a look. Is there any area of your business or life that you are avoiding? Exercising, paying your bills, calling those people, buyer inquiries, vendor management, administration, and either outsource or change your definition if you're not in a position to outsource. And when it comes to outsourcing, let me flag that I did have a great session with a beautiful, beloved client. Happy birthday, Valerie. Happy birthday, Valerie. I did have a beautiful conversation with a client, and something that I learned as a coach is sometimes people aren't ready to leap. Sometimes they don't want to leap. Sometimes they just need to take small steps. I love working in the breakthrough space. I love working in, we have an awareness of something, and it alters our reality, and we take action, and boom, we get access to breakthroughs. But not everyone wants to leap and take big risks. Right? Not everyone is akin to risk taking. So I was encouraging a beautiful, hard-working #1 agent in their area to get themselves an assistant, because we did the numbers and they would absolutely struggle to hit their forecast this financial year without some bloody help. And, there's a level of resistance, there's a level of challenge and things to work through, no doubt. But what thing I did actually love this week is we broke down the non-dollar productive tasks. We broke down what they could full-time or permanent part-time assistant, and you could just see a sense of liberation start to surface in this client, where they said, okay, well, I'm going on to Canva and creating my own graphic design for DLs, so I could get a graphic designer. Yes, you could. I can get some kids to go and do the drops because I haven't been doing them. Yes, you could. And I could go and source some online VA to do data entry in the CRM system, because it's a really big time spender. And we established with those things, there's 10 or 11 hours available to this agent now every week to go and change more lives. So great lesson for me as a coach. Some people aren't ready to leap and take big risks. So, some people just need to take one step at a time, a little step at a time, to get the competence and competence. And I do coach people to take one step at a time. However, what I'll say about they are like enormous. They are huge. Their potential is huge. And I want them to take a risk and invest in themselves so the floodgates can open and they can fly. And who cares what I want? I got to meet people where they are and help them take the little steps so they can build the competency and the confidence to do that. Does that make sense? Have you ever had to take some little steps before a big leap? So it was a really good lesson for me as a coach. Josh, happy birthday, Val. What I love about Val's approach is how she operates with such genuine care for her clients, and that's such a common thing many agents just don't have. Josh, bless you. That's a great thing for you to share. I'm coming down to do some training for Tim's Real Estate on Friday. Cannot wait. After doing some Harcourts training on Thursday, going to be seeing my friend Michael Ninch, a client at First National, and also, of course, having a session with Greg. Unreal. So what's the time? Okay, I'm going to end it there. I have a lot more I could share from this week, but here's what I want to say. My clients that are watching this, thank you to partner your potential. Thank you for the honor to go behind the scenes and under the hood of your subconscious mind and reveal the gems that are blocking you so you can go and fly. It is my purpose, and it is the reason that I'm here, and I love you for it. Thank you to you for tuning in, for spending Friday morning with me, and I hope that you got one thing for yourself. What is the thing that you heard for yourself today that you'll apply? As a client, I agree, Josh. Oh, good on you. Like, what is the one thing that you got, and what can you do with that today? I'd love to hear. Just type in one phrase, one word. What did you get, and what can you do with it? So as I hopefully will get a couple of those responses, I wanted to wish you a beautiful day. I wanted to remind you that Mindset Mastery Monday is going to happen 8 o'clock as usual, Eastern Standard Time next Monday. And then the following Monday, I'm hoping to confirm an interview with the agent that I chose to I interviewed 3 agents. I want to bring the agent that I chose live with me on Mindset Mastery Monday and really deconstruct why he got the gig, what he did that stood out, what made the difference. Would that be of interest to you? I'm curious to know. So I hope you have a beautiful day. You might still be typing. I'll see that afterwards. Thank you, Anna. Much love. I hope you got value out of that. See you for Mindset Mastery Monday on Monday, next week being the 25th of November. And as always, please remember, in the words of the late, great Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made something today to make yourself and those around you, especially your family, your friends, and your clients, make them feel great. Be present, make them feel like they matter, make them feel like they're the center of the universe, because in that moment they're with you, they are, as you are for me right now. I love you. I wish you all the very best of success. Go do something great for yourself today, even if it's a little step. Mwah. Take care. Have a beautiful one. We'll speak soon. Thanks to you on Facebook. So great that I could see your names today. Have a beautiful week.